What up, everybody? I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
This is Berg Bros. Don't worry, Chris is gonna keep his clothes on. He's still a little upset we want to bring his dog into the basement.
Do you think people got that?
Do you think people knew what we were talking about?
I don't know.
No,
It's probably not on national news.
it's probably not.
Some crazy lady stripped down in Giant Eagle. That's all you need to look it up.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
But they blur out her whole body, so you can't even tell. We'll see her mugshot.
What her age is?
Yeah, we'll see her mugshot one of these days. But
People were saying it's because
do you shop there ever? Like that
No,
Giant
not
Eagle?
that Giant
No,
Eagle.
me neither.
Like,
That Giant Eagle's falling apart. I'm telling you.
People are saying it's because they wouldn't let her bring the dog in. I think she was just that distracted the Pirates were 0-2 that she just lost her mind.
Yeah, I'm glad it was her, not me.
Yeah,
But
that's true. I'm glad I wasn't there.
See,
I'm glad I wasn't at Giant Eagle.
you would never see this happen at Aldi. I'm just saying.
Yeah, or Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
that's
Giant Eagle, come on, get your act together.
All right, but speaking of Pirates, 0-2 start, not the start anyone wanted. I never thought I would utter the phrase Skeens has a 67.5 ERA.
It's like video game numbers. Yeah, but again, a
I
couple
can't
of those
blame-
runs,
yeah,
you blame Cruz.
I can't blame Skeens for that. I mean, what? I don't know. What else can be done with Cruz if make him focus for longer than like 10 minutes at a time?
Just think of some of the players that had high pedigree that changed positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this the Pirates ruining them? Alvarez, Cruz.
Well, Alvarez, they waited till he couldn't throw the ball. In first
Right,
base.
right.
So
Cruz.
his change was necessary.
Davis, I mean, they started in right field. I was at his first game in right field, and he looked terrible. And now he could be a Gold Glove catcher, but maybe that messed up his offense somehow.
Well, no, that's why they rushed him to right field because they needed a bat. Like their offense was so anemic.
So they rushed him in, and now he can't hit. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know sometimes what the Pirates are thinking. But
No, but I did love what Don Kelly did yesterday for Game 2.
Yeah.
Who was on the bench?
Mm-hmm.
Cruz.
And he came, and he's terrible pinch hitting, isn't he? Isn't he pretty bad pinch hitting? And of course, he didn't get a hit. Would you think he could be trade bait this year?
Well, that's the first topic we want to talk about here. If Jake Mangum and Josselyn Garcia are better and more consistent than O'Neal Cruz is all year, why not?
Right. So
Again,
Mangum.
hold on. Same with so when we talked Steelers, same with TJ Watt. We're losing with you. We can lose without you.
Exactly. Yeah. So Mangum would be center field probably, and then Garcia, would he come off the bench or would he go to right? Reynolds in left.
Well, Reynolds will go left.
Uh-huh.
And I know Hearn can play first base.
Right,
So you could put
right.
Garcia on right.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is storylines from. Maybe not overreacting. We're not overreacting to a lot from these first two games, but Cruz, it's been pretty consistent that he's like this throughout his career. So this is not in first two games overreaction.
All right, let's just start with hitters. Give me 3 hitters so far that you're down on and 3 that you're high on. Who start off? I got my 3.
Number 1 for me, Brandon Lau.
Mm-hmm.
He's easily number 1.
2 home runs, first 2 at bats. He's hitting 333.
Yeah.
2 home runs, 3 RBIs.
2 for me would definitely be Nick Gonzalez.
Okay.
I mean, just because he's playing third base, he's not going to provide like the third base power numbers, but he gets on base.
Right.
He gets hits.
And
he gets big hits.
And he's not bad defensively.
No.
I don't think he has a range. I don't know if I'd like him at third base forever, but
for now, because he's not Lau's playing second.
Yeah, he's hitting 400, 3 RBIs.
So that's definitely number 2 for me. Number 3, it's Mangum.
Okay.
He got his first start yesterday, and he reminds me, maybe not so much like a Josh Harrison, but he just seems like a spark plug.
Yeah.
Like he's
gonna be a fan favorite soon.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I would maybe throw Hearn in because he did hit a homer. He's in
Hearn's up there,
333.
yeah.
So, but I like the Mangum.
He's looked good and right and at first base.
I definitely agree with your top 2 though.
Yeah.
And then how about 3 people that you're down on? I mean,
Reynolds.
Cruz is 1, of course.
Well, I'm gonna do besides Cruz.
Okay.
Reynolds is 1.
I mean, I
He's
don't know if he has any extra base hits. Or he has. No, I don't think he has extra
He's a
base hits.
notoriously slow starter, like McCutcheon was.
He does have an RBI and that one hit, but that was a roller. Like that might have not even been a hit yesterday. So 2 hits.
Well, we were just talking about it. Henry Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He beat 2.
I think he has a double.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's sometimes hard because it's early. Spencer Horwitz doesn't have a hit yet.
You know what?
0 for 4.
No, I can't do besides Cruz because Horowitz. I'm gonna
give him a little break.
I'm gonna give him a break because I don't think if all goes right, he'll be starting at first base for much longer. Because I think if O'Hearn keeps hitting like he is, and Garcia hits well down in AAA, O'Hearn's gonna play first, Garcia's gonna play right, and Horowitz is gonna come off the bench.
How about Ozuna?
Oh wow.
He's
No, I'm sticking with it. Cruz is 1 for me.
Ozuna's 1 for 10 with 1 walk.
But I feel like he just has to focus on hitting, so he'll figure it out. Back of the baseball card with him. But yeah, so number 1, Cruz, 2, Reynolds, 3, Davis.
Okay.
Out of 3, I want to see more out of.
Okay. Pitching, I mean, it's kind of, there's only been a handful of pitchers, 9 pitchers have pitched so far.
Yeah. And,
Keller, of course, looked great. Skeens didn't look great.
See,
Mesa Montgomery and Barker didn't look great.
Barker looked good yesterday.
He had that 1 rough inning.
Yeah.
But
he got out of it. So, yeah, he put himself into that situation, but he got out of it and extended the game, and then the next inning he gave up the walk-off to Robert.
So, I'm on Baseball Reference. We have 9 pitchers. 4 of them have no ERA, so no runs given up. The other 5, guess what the range of ERA is?
Well, it's only been 2 games, so it's probably in like the 20s and above.
Right. The lowest is Justin Lawrence has a 10.80 ERA, and then Skeens has a 67.5 ERA.
Yeah, everyone's like, how's Skeens going to get that ERA down? I don't know, he pitches 3 innings, his next outing, it's going to be like 10.
Right,
so,
right.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not too worried, but...
No. Yeah, but, I mean, Dennis Santana looked good. Keller looked good.
Soto
looked really good.
That Ramirez, Johan Ramirez,
he settled things down,
right?
In the opener.
Because I remember 2 years ago, probably 2 years ago, he was up and he was looking good. They sent him down, and he never made his way back up until late last year. And I wanted him and the other guy who was injured. We got him from the Reds, bullpen guy. I can't think of his name, but I love those guys, and I'm like, why aren't they up?
Yeah, I mean, the division just looks weird right now, too, with the Cardinals on top.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch our prediction videos, we said this is why you can't overreact to either good or bad to the first series of the season.
Right.
Because I don't think the Cardinals are going to be this good.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers, they'll be there, but I don't think they'll be able to keep it up all year. I think I've said it the past 3 years, and they always do.
Right.
The Reds, they look like they're going to be in the middle. The Cubs are definitely going to be higher.
Well, I think the 2 best ran franchises in the division are the Brewers and Cardinals, because they always find a way to win.
I know.
Cubs have all the money.
The crap out of
Us and the Reds, are up and down, more down than up.
Yeah.
Do you blame the slow start on the World Baseball Classic at all? Spring training at all? Is spring training like preseason where there's too much, there's not enough?
I mean, the Pirates had a
Cruz looked good in
the
World
Baseball Classic
and spring training, right? I think he looked in spring training too. And of course, Skeens looked great.
Was the Pirates spring training like the Steelers undefeated preseason?
Right.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. See, if you're starting to do that, you're starting to overreact to 2 games already.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
We're trying not to.
I think the Mets. I didn't know the Mets were this good. Like, I looked at their lineup and I didn't know they had some of these guys on their team. Yeah. Like, their lineup 1-9 looks really good.
Let's look at that division after 2 games. The Marlins, the Mets, and the Braves are all 2-0. The Nationals and Phillies are 1-1.
Right, but I think the Mets and Phillies are probably going to be the leaders of that division.
They should be. I mean, the Mets.
So
the Mets did this last year,
right?
And then they lose like 50.
Yeah.
They had some really bad record the past 2 months, and it was awful.
But yeah, if it's the Mets and Phillies, and that takes care of 1 wild card. So is it going to be are all the other divisions going to be so good that you have to win the division to make the playoffs for the Pirates, or can you sneak in that wild
that'll
card?
Be a question to ask around July.
Yeah.
Remember my bold prediction before here about the NL West? The Dodgers are 3-0.
Right.
The Padres are 1-2. The Rockies are 0-2. The Giants and Diamondbacks are both 0-3.
Ooh, jeez.
I don't think the Giants are going to be that bad. Are they?
I don't know.
If the Giants are that bad, then all that preseason hype, I think, was for naught. That's why I didn't pick them. I had Dodgers, Padres 1-2. So.
No, you had the Padres 1, didn't you?
Well, they won 2. Dodgers were still 2.
Yeah.
The AL, Cleveland and Detroit 2-1. So like it always is. That division looks good. Minnesota, KC, Chicago are in the basement. KC is surprising. How much longer are they going to hold on and try to win Bobby Witt? When did maybe they go, you know what, time to just trade him and start over again?
I mean, he makes a lot of money, so he's probably going to go to like 5 teams that can afford that. Dodgers, you want another second baseman? Or is he second baseman? Yeah.
Shortstop, okay. The AL West, Angels 2-1, Texas 1-1, Houston 1-2 with Seattle, and the Athletics are 0-2. I still think Seattle is gonna be near the top of the division. So yeah. No overreactions here to the opening year. It just sucks that the Pirates didn't find a way to win. The Pirates left 17 men on base yesterday.
I know. And it's so weird when our offense wasn't terrible game 1. You know, we scored 7 runs.
And then Keller pitches
great.
Lights out.
And we get like 12 hits and we can't score, until the extra innings.
And you laughed at me when I said
Keller was going to look great.
Keller could have more wins than Skeens.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, he has less losses.
He has less losses. He's probably going to have more no decisions.
Well, there's a ton of no decisions that the Pirates can't get their act together. Again, I don't think one stolen base. I mean, it's only 2 games, but if the home runs are going to come from your new guys, then I'm sure they're not going to keep it up. If Cruz and Reynolds and Ozuna aren't going to hit you homers, we better play some small ball, get some extra base hits or singles and stolen bases.
I mean, I know we said it wasn't going to happen, but if the offense keeps struggling like this, Connor Griffin will be up by the home opener. I mean, I still don't rule it out.
If he hits for the year 220, but he has 20 home runs, 23 home runs, I would take that. I think he can work on his full game when he's up here.
I still don't rule it out that he's up for the home opener. It just seems like something they would do. I mean, not that Triola's look bad defensively at short, but especially if they're 2-4 or something.
Yeah.
If they're 3-3 or 4-2, then I think they might keep him down. But if they're 2-4, I think they call him up, because if they're 2-4 and he's not up here, I'm thinking Triola might get booed.
Yeah.
Bailey Falter got booed because Skeens was left out in the minors that year.
Right.
So I don't know. You shouldn't think like that, but you kind of think.
We'll see. I mean, Pirates will be on in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Carmen Majinski's pitching
against our favorite Nolan McLean, who lost the U.S. the World Baseball Classic.
Hopefully that rolls over and he looks terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Although he was good last year, because they think he can be a Rookie of the Year candidate. Carmen, give us 4 shutout innings. Give it to somebody else. I don't know who would. The rest of the bullpen or
Cruz surprise us and have a 4-for-4 day at the plate.
That would be a surprise.
See, as I said, surprise us.
Do you get a little Gregory Polanco in him? Because he's
because Polanco I think did more, and Polanco I think cared a little more. Actually, I think Polanco cared a lot more than Cruz does.
Yeah.
So no,
Polanco they used to call a draft because he seems so clumsy. Cruz doesn't seem clumsy, but when you can't field fly balls, that's bad.
No, Polanco, Cruz looks athletic. He doesn't look lanky. Polanco looked lanky.
Right.
But he cared, and he would go on stretches where he'd be the hottest player for the Pirates for a month and a half.
Yeah.
And win them a few games just by himself. So no, I don't. I can't do that. That's as much as people like to hate on Polanco.
And do you ever think some of these players that have all this talent just don't want to play for the Pirates, and they're not going to say it out loud, but they're like, well, I'm not going to give my all to this team.
I know. I don't think Cruz liked moving from shortstop because he sees Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds still there, and he's just as tall.
Right.
But guess what, Cruz? You would have moved anyways because Connor Griffin.
Right. So, like, if you gave him a grade as a shortstop, I think he was like a C plus, something like that. Yeah. As a
he wasn't going to make the spectacular play, but he would make the routine play.
And as center fielder, I think he's like a D minus. Like, I think it was a better shortstop, and I understand with Griffin, but moving him I think was a detriment.
Yeah,
but
because his focus got worse. His focus wasn't there as a shortstop.
Right.
But
do you think he could have played like any other position?
DH.
Yeah.
He's the only other position, and you said it yesterday in our text message conversation. If Ozuna wasn't here, I would just make him a DH.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, focus on hitting. Don't worry about the field.
Right. And like I said, I'll trade subpar defense, but you got to hit.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be our top 2 or 3 hitter in the lineup.
Mm-hmm. So after today's game in New York to wrap up the series, hopefully they get a win and avoid the sweep. They head to Cincinnati. They take on the Reds tomorrow night. Braston Ashcraft against Burns for the Reds. On Tuesday, Bubba Chandler gets his first start against Williamson for the Reds. And then on Wednesday, Paul Skeens is back on the mound with his 67.5 ERA to close out that series before the home opener on Friday.
The Reds don't have their ace. I think he's on a 60-day IL, so maybe they'll start off pretty slow.
Mm-hmm. So. The Pirates need to pick it up because we need our end of April prediction to come true where like every Pittsburgh team is flying high and the draft is here.
Right.
Just to make that as fun as possible.
I was driving through town, Oakland area, and all that road work, I hope they're done by the draft. The downtown looks so messed up right now. It's going to be a madhouse down there.
Uh-huh.
Like, half of the streets have cones on them. How are you going to...
Isn't that why there's so much construction is because of the draft?
Do you believe they're going to finish sometime? I don't. They painted over a bunch of, like, under bridges because of the graffiti. And then you see the fresh paint job, and then there's more graffiti just written over it. So I think they're fighting a losing battle.
The PennDOT people who sit there with their signs and their cigarette in their mouth might have to actually start doing some work.
Right. Yep. Put down the cigarette.
Put down the cigarette, put down the sign, and pick up a shovel. Well, anyways.
That's Pittsburgh for you.
Hopefully the Pirates turn around and it starts today, hopefully, with a win over the Mets. And, hey, I'm still sticking with my prediction of 88 wins. Sounds like he's still sticking with his prediction of, like, 85. So, we're not worried yet. But we'll find out. What are your feelings after the first 2 games? And then by the time this gets posted, the first series. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
This is Bro Bros. Let's go Bucks.
Go Buccos.